Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. Folks, in this video I'm going to be showing you a bunch of base locations. These will be PvP base locations as well as PvE, but of course a lot of them will be quite good for PvP, and there is a base location that I personally love, so it's somewhere in the middle of this video because I want to keep things interesting. So let's get with the first location. I just want to make sure that I have my GPS with me. Yep, it's on my bar, and this is the first location. It's right behind me, and this is where I've decided to set up base. Now it has one path leading into it, but on the other end it is a bit of a drop. Now, why do I like this? It has a couple of things going for it. First start, it is freaking huge. You also can build stuff on the side, so you can have turrets and stuff on the side. You have this thing right here, which is a bit of a platform with a drop, and on the inside we have all around lighting. We also have water. You can build on the top if you choose to do so. It is really flat here at the top, by the way. And if we go inside, we're going to do this carefully because it does lag when I do this. You can see there is a lot of space. It looks freaking nice on the inside, but even better than that, we have water. I'll show you that right here. So this is water, so we can tap straight into it and start building up our base. This place is amazing. I love it. We have lighting, we have a natural indestructible cover, and only one access point into it. Two if you count the other end, but it is a bit of a cliff, so they will have to build up to it if you are using this for PvP. But this is not the only one. There's actually quite a few places around that you can build, so I'm showing you that. These are the coordinates and map location for this particular area. Now of course there are some other similar places, and I'll show them off as well later in the video. So let's go to the next location, which isn't far from here, and it's this right here. This one has the height advantage, as you can see. This is going to be difficult to raid, and the space here is pretty decent. You can definitely build a decent PvP base here, and you can also build on top. So here we are with the map location. This is where I am, and I'm going to show you the map coordinates. So this is base number 2, or base location number 2, better said. Now let's have a look at the top just to show you what you can do. Again, decent space for building and storing things. You can even put some towers up here to help defend the base. And let's go on to the third location, which is right in front of me. You can see it, so I'm just going to fly there really quick. We might get a couple of lags here or there because the map is absolutely huge. So I will have to try and stop from time to time to allow the game to have enough time to render things. So this one, even taller, and the size on which you can build is even bigger. So I'm going to show you all the way around. Of course, you can always build on top as well. Add a couple of defense towers. This is more of a PvP location, but it's also a good PvE location if you want to have a base high up in the sky. So let's have a look at how big this platform is, just to give you an idea. We'll compare it to my character. As you can see, there's a lot of space here. It doesn't look it, but I can tell you that there is quite a significant amount of space. And this is where its location on the map is. And we will have a look at the GPS coordinates as well. So this is how you find it in case you struggled to see what I did. Now, let's go on to the fourth base location, which is right there. Now, this one is more of a PvE location, simply because it is accessible from both sides. It's similar to the first one, but it's flat. So it has an entrance on this end and another one right there. But it is cool though. It looks like a hangar to me, and it is already lit up on the inside, which is another advantage. And you have water in it as well. So I like it. I really do. These are pretty cool locations. I do like this map quite a great deal. Again, a lot of building surface on top should you choose to do so. So here is the GPS coordinates, same thing as before. We have water if we need it, and a lot of space. Okay, so here is the location on the map in case you want to see that as well. Here we are with the 5th base location. Now this can be a Alpha Tribes base location for a PvP server. I mean, this platform here is ridiculously huge. It can also be a PvE server base. So I'm just going to show you what you have around here. I mean, I'm going to get close to it. You can see large dinos down there. If you want to build a ginormous base, you can do that on, I would say, most of the sides. It's a cliff. At the top you have the world border, and you only have one entrance into it. Of course, you do have that platform right there, which you can make use of if you want to do that. But this is a pretty neat location. You do have that right there if you want to do missions. And you've got this thing right here, but it's kind of enclosed, so you can build in there if you want as well. But this platform right here, it's really straight, really easy to build on. You can build a huge base, and right above it is the world border. I actually quite like this one as well. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely nice for a PvE location, and it is at the edge of the map as well. So just giving you a great view here. You can see the size comparison between the Rex and the Mammoths. Again, here are the locations. Here we are with another location. This is actually in the center of this biome. Now, there are 2 of these that you can do this on, and you can see there's a cliff on either side, so they will have to get to you or find a way to climb up to get to you if you want to build up here. The size of this platform is pretty darn huge, and it is kind of flat actually. You also can build on the sides if you want to do that. So this again could be a PvP base location for a big tribe. Again, I'm going to show you the GPS coordinates map location right here. Now, I said there's 2 of these. So if we look down that direction, not the one in the center, but the one past it. So right there, I'll get my gun out so I can show you. The one in the center is kind of flat, so that would be a PvE, but the one far off is, of course, a PvP location. Another one right here, and again we have the mission console, or whatever that thing's called, where we can do all the missions. This one has a couple of things going for you. You can build down here, but the best part is up here. Again, decent in size. It is this time around in the corner of the map, and you can have a pretty darn large base if you choose to build it. As you can see, we are quite right in the corner. I'll show you the map location and GPS coordinates in a second. So here we are with the coordinates, and here we are with the map location. Definitely a nice place to build a base, and it's quite defendable as well, to be honest. And we have another location here. It's kind of still loading in because I'm kind of flying around the map pretty quick, but you can find this in both biomes, so both the Rockwell biome, not the innards, but the other side past the center ring, which has the space. Again, this has a decent amount of space to build on. The surface is quite flat, so that's the one I was telling you about. That's the center one right there, which is more of a PvE type of location because it does have a platform, natural platform leading up to it. But just kind of show you what size we have here to work with. I think it's pretty decent for a fairly large tribe. You have a lot of space to work with. Okay, so I'm going to show you the GPS coordinates and the map location in a bit. Let's do this. So this is where we are in terms of the GPS coordinates, and here is the location on the map. Okay, so here we are with one of my favorite locations. This is by far the best location I've found so far. So I'm showing you around. It is in the underwater cave, which is kind of like another biome in itself. It's large, it's a bit of a maze, but you can see the GPS coordinates. I'm going to show you how to get into it, and I'll show you why I like it so much. So one of the reasons I like it so much is because it is underwater. You can have a underwater base Here it is all natural, so it's indestructible. It has only 2 entrances or exits into it, and these are very easily defendable. So let's have a look around. I did gamma up so you guys can see. So that is the entrance right there, and on the inside it has quite a decent amount of space. I'm going to show you that. This is what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, we have air, we have loads of space, we have some plant life. I really like this location so much. Like, I'm definitely going to make use of this, to be fairly honest, and I am probably going to have my main base here. I don't really want to damage it or taint it too much by building on it, because it's just pretty darn cool. And this is a good PvP based location, because if they're going to raid you, it's going to have to be a water raid. This is the second entrance into it. You can defend it so nicely. It's really nice, and the rest of it is just encased in indestructible map material, so you can't, you can even see outside. That's the other thing that I like. It's got this giant window right here, and we're lagging because this is what happens. And here are the GPS coordinates and the map location. Now, do bear in mind that to get to here, you have to go to the center where that big circular thing is and dive underground. Then there is a bit of a maze system to go through to get you to this location. But this is where you want to be. This is where I'm going to build my base when I will be playing the game. Alright, we are now in the Rockwell Corrupted area, and this is a nice base location here. This is right at the edge of the map. I forgot what base location we are on right now. I've completely lost track, but we do have this little pipe right here that you might want to build a tower on, or maybe up here to help you defend. But you've got a fairly flattish platform to build here. You are right on the map's edge with the map wall, and it does have a bit of resources around for you to pick. So I showed you the map location and the GPS coordinates, and with that said, I am going to be going on to the next location, but I want to show you around just to kind of show you what you can find. So this is the border right there. And here we are with another base location. This one is a hidden one, or slightly more hidden, and we get a bit of wonderful lag up here. But you can go all the way up to the top here. You can have like a little hut if you want, to help you respawn if you're going to get raided and stuff like that. So this can be like a backup hut up here. And then down there, there's like a plateau that is fairly decent in size, where you can have a nice base, and there's only one way into it, to be fairly honest, and you can defend that quite easily with a couple of turrets, and they're gonna have to climb up to you, so that's gonna make it challenging. So I'm showing you this location because I quite like it. It's also well lit, so that's pretty cool. And down below me is the platform that I was on about. Here are the GPS coordinates for this location. It is close to one of the corridors or paths that goes between biomes, but it's tucked up in a corner, and of course everything is going to be below you, so you do have the height advantage. And over here we've got quite a few things, like little nooks and crannies where you can hide things. And we hear a Carno. And I'm going to show you the plateau as well. And this is where you can have like the main base. And just look at the size of this as well. It's pretty decent in size. And up there is where we were with the little secret hidey hole, if you want to do that. Again, it is quite flat. And here is the entrance between biomes. But this base is somewhat tucked out of the way, and with only one way to access it. Of course, we also get some silica pearls around here, and you can build quite tall as well. I do like this. It's a good place to build a PvP base. I'm going to show you the map location and the GPS coordinates in a second here. So this is where you go in between biomes right there. And of course you can see that there are several platforms leading up to this main platform up here. So you might want to try and figure something out to kind of complicate the life of anyone that would want to raid your base. And here are the GPS coordinates for this particular base location. It does have some resources here as well, and over here we have the entrance in, or the travel method between biomes. And much like with the previous biome, right here we have this structure on which we can build. I think there should be 2 of them, so I'm only going to show one of them off. Again, about the same size, and here are the GPS coordinates and map location. We're not going to spend too much time with this. You've seen the previous ones. You can tell what to expect from it. And it is a fairly decent sized base location. And again, much like with the other one, there's also like a little hangar bay area type of thing that you can build on. Not as good as with the previous biome, but still good enough to build if you, say, for example, are a bit late. So we'll go towards that location right now. This one's actually kind of cooler because it's got the corruption around it and stuff. Not the corruption as such, but you know, the Rockwell things going on for it. It's not as straight, but you still do get a bit of water. Things are still popping in, and of course we also get some resources. Much like with the previous one, there's only one entrance point into it, then the other one is a bit of a cliff, and so I'm going to show you that right now. So it's this right here. On the other side, of course, it is kind of enclosed by the game structures, which is pretty much indestructible. So that is that for an advantage. Here are the GPS coordinates and map location. And another location, and this is the best one that I could find, it's the one that is the straightest, is this one right here. You can build a pretty decent sized base. The surface is fairly straight, but it is slightly tipping downwards towards the tip. Again, all the way around it, if we look, you can see that they will have to climb to you to get to you if they're going to use land dinos. Otherwise, it's going to be an aerial attack, which can be a bit complicated, and of course for a decent sized tribe should be okay in terms of defensibility. Here we are with the map location and GPS coordinates. I mean, I've already shown this type of structure before early in the video. And with that being said and done, that is pretty much it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on the channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.